Afternoon edition of Prime First Live from the studios of My Media Prime Television here in Cameroon's economic capital with me, Fon Quinter. We begin the afternoon edition in the northwest region where the firefighters unit in Bamenda have prevented flames from entering into other business places after a vehicle went up in flames around hospital roundabout northwest region of Cameroon. The cause of the fire is yet to be established, but sources say the vehicle was transporting fuel from neighboring Ekok. Now, personnel of the National Drug Quality Control and Valuation Laboratory have gone on strike, raising concerns over non-payment of 4-month salaries. The workers carried placards in front of Lanacom office in Yaoundé, calling on authorities to intervene so their 4-month salaries are paid and subventions granted. Our President of the Republic, Paul Biya, has honored some military officials and media men who were part of a delegation sent to Botha in Equatorial Guinea to provide humanitarian assistance following a series of deadly blasts in the country's largest town of Bata. They were decorated with the Knight of the Cameroon Order of Merit during a solemn ceremony chaired by the Minister of Defense, Joseph Beti Asomu. Some of the media men include CRTV's Arben Jembonde, Constantine Baum, amongst others. Now, Cameroon's Ministry of Defense has again reiterated its call for civilians to desist from using military gadgets as laws instituted clearly distinguish law enforcement officers from civilians. To this effect, the Minister Delegate of the Presidency in charge of Defense, Joseph Beti Asomo, recently issued a release banning civilians from putting on their face masks as it was becoming a normal phenomenon. The law stipulates that those who sell, buy, distribute, or wear military gadgets will be imprisoned for 3 to 2 years, while fines ranging from 50,000 to 200,000 francs CFA will be implemented. Now, French President Emmanuel Macron is hosting leaders of African countries and heads of global financial institutions for a summit that will seek to provide the continent with critical financing swept away by the impact of COVID-19. Some 24 African heads of state are attending Tuesday's summit in Paris, one of the biggest in-person top-level meetings held during the pandemic. International financial leaders attending include the IMF, the World Bank Managing Director of Operations, amongst others. Africa has so far been less hit by the pandemic than other regions, with a total of 130,000 deaths across the continent. Now, Mali's largest trade union says a nationwide strike that began on Monday was successful because the country came to a standstill with key sectors of the economy paralyzed. The Malian National Workers Union represents teachers, gold miners, health workers, and various essential services. It embarked on its further strike after failed talks with the interim government to improve working conditions and salaries. Several other strike notices have been issued, an opposition movement that galvanized protest that topped former President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. Now, dozens of airstrikes pounded Gaza on Tuesday as U.S. President Joe Biden expressed support for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in a phone call with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. A new front in the conflict opened as the Israeli military said it also shelled Lebanon in response to 6 failed rocket launches from southern areas in the neighboring country. At least 212 Palestinians, including children, have been killed in Gaza since the attacks began, while 1,500 Palestinians have been wounded. Also, 10 Israelis have died, including 2 children, while at least 300 of them have been injured. This concludes the afternoon edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television. Developments of these stories and more will be yours at exactly 6:30 p.m. with Audrey Zadza. My name is Fon Quinter. The news was compiled and produced by Ewane Eli. Stay tuned to more programs on the African Eye. Goodbye.